Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and thank you for joining me today as we discuss a little bit more information that we got regarding 6.3 God's Revel lands Tremble. So that is the next patch that is scheduled to come out. I think originally they did have it planned for it to come out in December, but of course with the holidays coming up and I'm sure that the dev team would like to spend Christmas with their friends and family. And so of course we all understand, we've all been there. So I do hope that Yoshi P and the dev team have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year as we excitedly wait for the next patch, which is scheduled early January. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming out January 10th at the latest. Anyway, we do have some exciting news regarding the next patch in that the special site has finally come out. So if you go on to the lodestone, which we are right now, yes, so we have God's Revel lands Tremble, the special site update. So the patch 6.3 special site has been updated with details on the main scenario, the new dungeon, which is Lapis Manalis, Containment Bay P1T6 Unreal, and additional duty support. Not to mention, we do have the artwork for 6.3 as well. They will continue to do additional updates for the special site, and we will be getting further updates the closer that we get to the release date. Not to mention, next week, I believe it's next Friday, where we're going to be having the next letter from the producer, which is probably going to give us not only a bunch new information about 6.3, but also going to reveal the trailer. So without further ado, let's go ahead to the special site. So there's not much to it right now, but this is a quick look at the artwork. So we have the Warrior of Light as a paladin, and we have Zero, who we met in the last patch. I'm not going to give out any real information about that, just in case you haven't played it, but she was an amazing character, and I'm really happy that we're going to be seeing more of her. And it looks like in the background we have two different sites. So it looks like one of them we actually had a quick look at before during the last letter from the producer, where we have the trees in the background. And it looks like, I thought at first that was part of the Crystal Tower on the other side where Zero is facing, but I'm guessing that's not the case. If I had to guess, I'm going to be betting that the next gods of the 12 that we're going to be facing off for Myths of a Realm are going to be the ice aspected deities and the earth aspected deities. So for ice, I do believe that we're going to be facing off against Halone as well as Menfina, not to be confused with Menphilia. And I'm also sure that we're going to be facing off against Nofika and Autek. I'm pretty sure that's the right gods. I'll have to look that up later. Anyway, the artwork is gorgeous, and I'm really excited to have so much more to do with Zero here. So here's the title, God's Revel lands Tremble, which further adds to my theory that the background just happens to be the new lands that we're going to for Myths of a Realm. So let's go ahead with the new story. What care gods for mortal woe, heedless of realms rent below? So basically they're asking, why should the gods care what happens to mankind, basically? I don't know, I'm sure we'll find out. But here is one of the bigger things that we can look forward to, and that's the main scenario quest line. So we have a few pictures. The first one here is Zero, and it does look like we're still in Thavnar in the beginning, if I had to guess. But we also have a couple more scenes where we're heading off to Garlemald. Why that is, we don't know, but it looks like the twins are going to be making a reappearance after being kind of AWOL for a little while. I mean, it was kind of nice that we got to focus on some of the other Scions. And Zero's there too, so it looks like we're going to be introducing her to the twins, so that's going to be fun. And we also have Julius here, so we're going to probably find out more about what's been happening in Garlemald since we last saw everybody. I'm still not sure how this is going to all work out though, because I do know that we are going to be having a new trial. And I was kind of expecting it to be another one of the 4 Archfiends, but to be honest, I'm not sure if we're going to be heading back into the Void yet. I really hope that we are. Like, maybe they're going to be making 6.3 extra long, kind of like what happened in Shadowbringers. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. Anyway, for the description here, in the darkness of the 13th, the Warrior of Light finds an unexpected ally in a half-void-sent woman named Zero. She returns with them to the source for a time, and upon recovering from their recent trials, they prepare to continue the search for Ajdaia. But an unforeseen threat bars their path. Still don't know what that is all about. We don't know what this unforeseen threat is going to be about, but for some reason we're going to have to go all the way to Garlemald before we go back into the void. I'm kind of thinking that maybe one of the 4 archfiends finds a way to, you know, escape the void and to come here. I mean, I'm not sure how that would work. Yeah, I have no idea where the story is going to go. I really don't. But moving on to the new challenges, to the new dungeon, which is Lapis Manalis. And as you can clearly see, this is taking place in Garlemald. So far, I'm really liking it. We really haven't had too many like ice aspected theme dungeons. I mean, we had Snowcloak, we have the Dusk Vigil, but I think that was it. So definitely a nice little change here. At least it's gorgeous. At least to me it is. So we do have the outside of the dungeon. I'm guessing probably the main entrance. But we also have the look of one of the boss battles. If I had to guess, I would say it would be the second one. And she is creepy as hell, but at the same time, I love her. And you can also see some of the gear that everyone's wearing. So I'm guessing this is the gear that we can get from this particular dungeon. So for the description, in pursuit of Void Scent, you learn of an abandoned village in the mountains of Garlemald, where Garleans once practiced the Reaper arts. But what will you find there in the heart of the mountain? So she's definitely a Void Scent, and so I'm guessing this is going to be the birthplace of the Reaper arts. So we're going to be learning a lot more about Reaper. So up till now, I've kind of been playing through Endwalker as a Paladin, but I'm really tempted to play through as a Reaper right now. Okay, so this is the boss. A better picture we can have of her. Is it just me, or is she like one of those creepy dolls that just that they follow you around from room to room? That's kind of what I feel. In fact, I think she actually is a doll. Like if you look at her hands and her elbows here, it's like those are definitely some kind of a doll. So either a Void Scent or some kind of mammoth. Personally, I think a Void Scent. Okay, next up we have the Containment Bay of P1T6 Unreal, which is, of course, Sophia, who is one of my favorite trials, if I have to be honest. As ever, the foe commander craves tales of death-defying daring do, and in a bid to satisfy him, you cast your mind back to the frenetic encounter of the icon Sophia. The memory remains vivid even now, and you find yourself facing the goddess once more, your very survival hanging in the balance. I saw what they did there. I love the little pun. So, of course, we are going to be having the Unreal mode of Sophia. And finally, what we have, at least for this particular update, additional duty support. So the duty support system has been expanded to include 6 additional dungeons from Heavensward. With all main scenario dungeons playable in the free trial now covered, this is the perfect time to begin your adventures in Eorzea. So it looks like we're going to be having the Great Gubo Library, the Etherchemical Research Facility, the Anti-Tower, Sonkai, Zelphatal, and Baelsar's Wall. So at this point, all the dungeons, like they said, are being covered by the duty support system, so we can actually run through it with friends and allies. As you can see here, we are facing off against Race Valgar. Before the end of the Dragonsong War, we have Emmerich and we have Alphino joining us. I don't know who the 4th party member is. Maybe it's Alphino's carbuncle. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's everything that we know for right now. So we do have a bunch of stuff coming, as you can see from the list here, and they will, of course, be doing additional updates the closer that we get to the release date. The only other thing I can really think of is if we go straight off to media, you can actually get a look at the artwork and the screenshots that we have already. So this is everything so far, as you can see. Lots and lots of stuff going on. So this is basically just all the artwork that we've had since, wow, since the very beginning of Endwalker. Wow. But this will, of course, be including more and more pictures, screenshots, and information. And I hope that everyone's going to be looking forward to it. Anyway, everyone, I think that's going to be it for right now. That's all that we know so far for 6.3, God's Revel lands Tremble. Not my favorite title, if I have to be honest, but hey, what can you do? Anyway, that's it for right now. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you'll be looking forward to additional updates, which I will be doing as well. And until next time, everyone, this is Fantasy Girl signing out.